So this is kind of one of them very conceited self-serving videos. Just a talky one to go because it's my 500th video in it. There's a bit of waffle on the end of it, and I'm going to be really quick and brief. That's the whole point. It was my 10 favourite videos I've made, and I suppose why they're my favourites. I mean, I can't believe I've made 500. It's absolutely insane, isn't it? So to pick 10, well, some of them are kind of sections and categories. Is quite something. That's it. Don't need to waffle on. Let's get started. So first up, I've no idea how I'm going to do this, by the way, whether there's going to be clips or whatever. We'll sort that out in the editing process. But anyway, it's kind of an obvious one for me. It's my Rolling in Love video that I did a few years ago. Then I kind of re-released it recently. As we know, Rolling in Love is kind of, it's my fragrance love. I just love the fragrance. It's really kind of a special one to me. It's very much me, that fragrance. It's a beautiful kind of, don't need to go into the fragrances too much, do I? But it's a kind of musky ambrette and lots of other musk, gentle, soft kind of skin. Beautiful one. Anyway, you know, I asked a few of my friends and stuff. Sometimes I need to send out a few samples. If they just wanted to do, I thought it would be a good idea to do a video where there's all these different kind of viewpoints and people's different opinions on this fragrance I love. So I think there was 7 of us. There was Smurfy Girly Claire, there was Gabrielle the fragrantician, there was Karine, Ordinary Subliminal, that one. No, it's Olfactive Stories, sorry. Chantel, Dr. Claire, Lizzie. I'm bound to have forgotten someone. There was all these people with all their different perspectives, and not everyone loved it. So it's just a really good video, and the fact that people were willing to do that for me to make a little, you know, kind of video and go to the effort to talk about fragrance I loved. It was a really special video, so hence why it's probably my favourite. So that's, yeah, my Rolling in Love video. Next is not one of my own videos, but I'm obviously on it. I couldn't talk about my own videos otherwise, could I? And it was with Nigel, 2 cents worth. The video is gone now, but it was a live. And it's kind of just started off. Nigel used to do these lives every Friday with a bit of music and stuff. They were absolutely fantastic, and sometimes he'd speak to people on them. When you look at who he had on there, the fact he wanted to speak to me was quite an honour. And yeah, I took part on it. I had to get very drunk to do it, obviously, because, you know, I don't have much in the way of confidence and stuff on camera, as we know. And it started off really good. It was quite, you know, kind of, he asked quite probing questions, a lot about fragrance and stuff. And then he had asked if he could ask more kind of deep questions, and I was like, okay. We didn't really see it going the way it did. It started like about me talking about my struggles with my mental health and how hard it's been and how I cope and things like that, and a kind of general conversation about it. It's getting better, or actually it's going in reverse, because everyone thinks men shouldn't talk about the feelings now. But I hope if it just made one person think I'm not alone, it was good, and it got deep. And obviously the discussion in the chat and that was quite good, and that was just something that had pushed me a lot. But Nigel's really good at this, really good at getting the different perspectives, and yeah, it was really, really good. And obviously get to pick my own music through it, which was kind of cool. It's like being on a talk show, and I did really enjoy that. And obviously I miss Nigel, 2 cents worth. He did things, all his content had a lot of thought and feeling and levels and layers. Yeah, I know we're just talking about fragrance, but sometimes fragrance can have a very emotional and sentimental attachment, and he does that really well. Video's gone now, but yeah, my video with 2 cents worth. Nigel is my second favourite, maybe my favourite, but you know. Third is a selection of videos that I do every year. I might mention a specific, I don't think so. It's my Halloween videos, and there isn't just one every year. I don't tend to do a few. and I just really love them. There's always a main one which I spend maybe a month doing, you know, lots of research, try to go out to interesting, exciting locations to make it moody and to add to the atmosphere and stuff. It's my favourite time of the year, and so many stories you can tell. I mean, last year I did Gods of Death, which was really interesting, and again the research and stuff. I've done a whole video on the different stories of Dracula. The year before that I did all kind of a deep in-depth look at Halloween characters and the history of them and where they come from. Also the kind of maligned women throughout history, kind of Halloween. I just love it, and I just love the research and stuff. And we do smell fragrances, and the matching it is a lot of fun. But because I love that kind of vibe, and I get to research all this kind of mysterious stuff, and you know me, I love talking about the characters, and you really think about them, and you really think what they would wear that I know and stuff like that. It's really enjoyable. So of course my Halloween videos are up there. This is such a tedious video, I am sorry. Number 4 is, again, it's another collaborative video. There's a lot of them, isn't there? And that's the Sins one we did. I remade it recently, but it ended up being this, it was in this little group of people, and we thought, let's do a collaboration, and we did. And we thought we'd do it about the 7 deadly sins because it's interesting. And of course it kind of goes with the fragrances, and we all did our really daft own way of doing it, and the way we released it was really kind of cool. Again, it was back in the day where you didn't only do things to benefit yourself. You don't see these sort of things happen now. Collaborations means I've been paid by such and such. Now I've got together with a few of my mates to do something fun. And obviously we talked about 7 deadly sins, but yeah, the releasing of them, we basically did them one after another. Rather than one big video, we'd release our section on our video 15 minutes later, the next one and the next one and the next one. So it was like half an evening like dedicated to us. And I really enjoyed that. And it was fun to see how we all did it in a completely different way. Our own senses of humour, our own ways of doing things. Some people took it far more seriously and did it with like a proper video. Some of us just went hell for leather and had a bit of a laugh with it. It was brilliant. And it's when you first, you know, especially when you first start, you feel such a part of a community and stuff. And that shaped me into always never taking all this too seriously and just having fun. And still been here all these years later. So yeah, that's my sins video. Next, the thing that should be higher up is the little interviews I've done. Yeah, very inspired by Nigel actually, and the way he does stuff. It's kind of fragrance focused, but a kind of human touch. And they've only ever really been with people that I've known well, so there is a genuine rapporteur, which again Nigel did. You know, there's a genuine, it's not just, you know how horrible it can be sometimes, it's stilted. So I've done back to that, yes, I've done Dr. Claire Smith, Cherie, the Top Note, Elise from One Way Bridge. Hopefully soon I'll have Tanya from April Aromatics, and I feel like I'm forgetting one. I probably am, and I apologise for that. But I've really enjoyed them, and it's kind of just a chill chat with them. Obviously about, like with the brands, it's about their creations, their arts. It's not about none of them have sold stuff through it, if you get what I mean. It's just a friendly chat. Obviously incredibly nerve-wracking talking to people like Claire and Cherie, who kind of inspire me a bit. It's just, yeah, it's a real pleasure doing things like that and asking the questions that a lot of us want to ask, and again just having a chat. So I've really enjoyed them, and again the people wanted to take part, because look, I've made 500 videos, which is what this is about. If you work that out, I've got 2 followers per video. I ain't some influencer, I ain't someone who, you know, has any impression or impact. But the fact I get to chat to these people is brilliant, because it's my passion, isn't it? So yeah. Number 6 is my Valentine's video with Rose and Jones, Lizzie. And this is because it was such fun. Also because it was so, there was nothing forced from it, if you get what I mean. We just said, let's do a Valentine's video together. And I was like, yeah, okay. Obviously Lizzie's more positive and optimistic than me, and mine was really cynical and bitter. And when I get talking, I can't stop, and just all that bitterness and cynicism came out. I think we did the same scenarios, but we had very different takes on them, very different at all. It was like this yin yang kind of, Lizzie being really positive, or love is wonderful, and me being love never lasts, the world burns, and it just works together so well. And me and Lizzie have made actually quite a lot of videos together, and I think when she gets time and stuff, I really enjoy it, because we have such a different take, a different worldview, a different taste, a different style, that somehow together we just create really good videos. And obviously we both have a lot of fun with it, and when neither of us are particularly offended, we can make some really offensive videos about how much we hate each other's taste and stuff, but have a laugh with it, and do you know what I mean? And working with Lizzie is always a pleasure, but that particular one stands out just because it was so, it rolled so naturally, and it so was a typical me video with a typical her video, and it was, yeah, I loved it. So that's my Valentine's video with Rose and Joe. Next is, of course, as we know, there'll be a character video before or after this. That's the Squid Games one, but Buffy was kind of the first one that I spent loads of time doing. I think there was my Game of Thrones ones before that. That's back when I first started. And I think that kind of opened up to what I'm actually good at and what I enjoy doing. Who cares whether anyone watches them? And that's kind of thing you get to. I'm just talking about what I love. Some people might get something from it and some won't, and I just don't care. You know, if 10 people unfollow, only 100 people watch it, well, 100's quite a lot for me, and you know, who cares? And Buffy was kind of the one. Buffy the Vampire Slayer was such an important part of my life. It actually formed a little bit of my degree and stuff, and there's so much in it, so much depth. Even now, a lot of what's in it, the undercurrent of it all, if you like, is still relevant and still important to life today. And that some of it's not dated too well, I'll tell you that, and some of the characters, well, the actors have gone on to not bigger and better things, we'll put it like that as well. But there's just so much, and it's something I know so much about. And with all these things, I tend to watch them. Obviously I have to watch them through. Maybe I'll watch them through a couple of times and stuff, just immerse myself in them again. And obviously watching Buffy back takes me back years and years to when you first watched it and that, and you obviously, as like a proper bona fide adult, you see things differently, you see more things than that. It was just a really enjoyable video to do. And again, like I say, you don't judge stuff by views and stuff, and I don't care. But that actually, surprisingly, because these videos would take ages to do, they'd be really long videos as it is, and nobody really watches them. I think that one was one of the first videos I'd ever had 100 people watch or something, which is still not pretty much nowadays, but 100 people to me, 100 people on YouTube, 100 strangers, well, not quite that many people I know as well, have sat and taken the time to watch me just talk crap and talk about something I love. And yeah, and then these character videos have come. I've done Lost, I've done the Vikings, I've done more Squid Games, like I say, I've just done. There's quite a few of them, and again, people have sat and watched them, and because it represents me and my own interests and my own education and things like that, they've always meant a lot. So yeah, the Buffy one being the kind of the first really passionate one I did, and it making me feel like, yeah, do you know what, I can do these videos that I love, screw everything else. So yeah, that's the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The next is it's another collaboration, and we sort of collaboration, we weren't on the video together, but there was Sam Smells, who used to be about years ago, and she's just someone who, we had this same kind of warped, daft sense of humour, and we're roughly the same age, the same kind of interests in stuff, and we had quite similar taste in fragrance actually, which is rare, but we proper vibed, if you get what I mean. And I think we were just coming up with ridiculous ideas at the time, like really stupid ones no one had done. I've gone, do you know what? I think it's because I sent her some Scentedsnowdrops Bohemian, which I love, but it's quite a big fragrance and stuff. If you're not used to smelling anything like that, then yeah, it can be quite a fragrance. And she had some like off the cuff comment, well, if I ever want to split up with my boyfriend, this is what I'm going to wear. And that obviously spawned this 10 fragrances to break up with your partner with. And it was just a lot of fun. It was all sorts of different daft scenarios, and we got to be rude about fragrances to a point, I think, and stuff. And obviously she did it as well, and Sam like me, likes to talk, had really long videos and stuff, and it was just a really fun one. And trying to get somebody else to do a video like that with it just wouldn't happen. And yeah, I really enjoyed working with Sam and that, and you know, chatting to Sam. And it's a shame she went, but life takes over for us all sometimes, doesn't it? But it's a very fond memory, and it's a very fond memory of doing a video, and a completely unique video, which again shows we were both just here for a laugh, for the fun, for the passion of the smells and what have you. So yeah, that's the breakup fragrance video. Next, this should really have been higher, but they're all my favourites really, that I've enjoyed making. It doesn't matter what other people think. It's my indie fragrance videos. There's collections, there's talking with the perfumers, there's also like just talking about random great indie fragrances here and there. I don't make enough of them. I try to slide them all into every video I've done, and that's because they genuinely are my favourite videos and I genuinely love them. And I'm not about points and clicks and stuff like that. I want to talk about stuff that I really love, that's really good. And I've always kind of just loved doing these sorts of videos. And if one person goes out and tries one of these, then fair do it. I don't need to be paid loads of money to talk about generic nonsense that I'd never wear or never enjoy. These are just raw passion. Not all indie fragrances are wonderful, and they're not all going to be for everyone. We all have different tastes, all subjective. But I've discovered so many great ones. I just love talking about them. It's a big part of my Instagram as well. It's just being able to talk about something completely new, a completely new experience, a completely unique smell, the fragrance with a story. It's what it's all about, isn't it? So that's my indie fragrances. And finally, hopefully this is not too long because I need to whack my waffle on the end of it, is the Christmas videos, the collaborations all the time. I don't think I persuaded anyone last year. I've always wanted to do them. When I first started, I got asked with all the top UK reviewers by Clemence or Josephine or Chris. Well, for the first 2 years, me, I kind of nobody on Instagram to be. I was Steve the first time, no wonder I appeared on it. And the second time was Josephine. But yeah, this random nobody, weird Instagrammer, who doesn't show his face, to be asked onto the Christmas video with the biggest UK reviewers was special. And then every year after that, I've kind of been stuck in doing one. I've bloody loved it. Tried to keep it going, but it doesn't always work. And then we did like a sing-along one, which was a lot of fun, kind of orchestrated by Lizzie, Andreas and Julia, and we all like sang a little part in it. We also did another one, I can't remember, but they're a lot of fun. Oh yeah, last year I did the Christmas Carol kind of fragrance retail with Julia and Dr. Claire. So it's enjoyable. It's a time to just be daft and do something together, I think. So yeah, it's enough waffle. Nobody cares. Right, thanks. Right, I've decided this one will be my 500th one, and it'll lead into some waffle I did on a different day, because I can't be bothered to redo it. But I just want to quickly say thanks to everyone. This will be in that next video, for watching and stuff. These are just the favourite videos I've made. Do you know what I mean? Don't care whether anyone else likes them or not. I think to a point, you've got to enjoy it, you've got to take some pleasure in it. You know, I wouldn't want to be paid because it drains all the fun out of it and you stop being authentic and you're just a script reading advertiser, which I ain't. I just want to keep doing this, keep having fun. This really conceited, self-interested question: do you have any favourite fragrance videos of mine? Yeah. But thanks folks, thanks for all the support. And then there's going to be a completely disconnected add-on to the end of this, but thanks for watching folks. So this is just going to be a talky one. Hopefully I'll keep it to about 10 minutes or something. But this is my 500th video. As you can see, that I've kind of not really been with it at the moment. The videos have been a bit samey and what have you. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll notice I've been quite absent from there. I tend to find videos much easier to do because you just put the camera on and you speak. Whereas obviously on Instagram, the posts take longer and a little bit more effort. I'll put it that way. Editing's easy, you can do it anytime. I'm just so busy with moving and everything. But I think 500 is a good kind of thing to commemorate or mention. I obviously do this because I enjoy it, and I love talking about fragrances and I love interacting with people, and the passion's still there. The last few months, I'll mention it again, well, you know, I'm moving. Don't know if anyone knows that. Yeah, I got told back in March, April, that I'd been kind of evicted. Always seems like a strong word, but you know, they're going to sell the house or do whatever. They're not prepared to pay for the repairs that they should have done years ago, and I've been living in a practically derelict place. But anyway, they've helped me find a new place. I think I've got a new place. No one's interested in this kind of stuff. It's just to mention what's going on. It's literally 2 minutes up the road, weirdly. It's going to cost me a lot more, so there's the stress of that. But hopefully, I've not been inside it yet, which sounds weird because that's how things operate in the UK. You kind of, you know, like it or lump it or be homeless. That's kind of the gist. It looks nice, it looks more modern. Hopefully it's not freezing cold and like an abattoir in the winter. Oh look, there's horses on the golf course. So hopefully it's somewhere pleasant and okay. And the creative juices come back, that's kind of what I'm saying. I'm waffling here, aren't I? You know, I could turn this into one. Question once, where do you see your channel going? I'll obviously keep doing this, my mind will be a bit more with it. It's actually been quite a while since I've sniffed anything properly. I've stopped sampling, kind of, the odd one here and there. I've just been wearing kind of comfort scents, and because that's what we kind of do, isn't it, really? Yeah, I don't know why I'm putting this in sections, just so it's not mindless waffle. I suppose I need something to focus on, and it makes me think 500 videos later, why did I make the channel? What did I expect from it? Well, I made the channel because I kind of enjoy it. I just enjoy talking about fragrance and stuff, and I like having a laugh. I like doing stuff a bit different, which has been a bit lacking, I know. And just talking about things that I love, and I love walking. So to combine the two kind of became a thing. I mean, I don't know if no one's watched my early stuff like I'm some cool person. I've been about here making videos for about 5 years though, you know. But they were kind of awkwardly sat somewhere, you know, lifting up a bottle and talking about them, which was awkward. They weren't the greatest creations, but I find when I walk I can get a lot more out and be interesting is a kind of subjective term. I can kind of be a little more me and put a lot more depth and thought into stuff because it just flows, doesn't it? And why don't I appear on videos? Because I just don't want to, end of story. I don't think it's necessary, and there's plenty of people with their mugs on camera really. I'm just talking about the fragrances. I'd probably be a lot better at making podcasts, wouldn't I, really? Or I just waffle on and on endlessly like I am now. Where did I think the channel will go? Nowhere. It's not about subscribers or followers or whatever they're called on YouTube, but I have no intention of ever monetizing it. I'm not one of them. I don't particularly want, you know, I'm not a PR whore. I don't want free shit for for what reason I don't know. So there's no kind of ambition with it. My Instagram is, there's no ambition with that either, by the way. I do take it a bit more seriously. No, that's not true. Like I say, I've not been posting on it much recently, just occasionally when I've had the time to sit down and focus and think. But my YouTube's always been more just the fun side and just enjoying it, and I like watching other people's videos. I do moan an awful lot that it's all become the same. It's all like, basically they're just adverts, but that's not fair. There are some great YouTubers out there. There's some people who don't take it seriously. It isn't a profession for them, or a wannabe profession for them, and they just, you know, they enjoy fragrances and talk about it, have a laugh, you know, tell us what they love. You hear about things you wouldn't normally hear about things you hate, and you get to understand why people love them, and the same in things you love and that people hate, and why they hate it. And it's all kind of light-hearted fun. I can't be doing the serious side of it, I'm not going to lie. And there's people with ambition and stuff, and that's up to them, isn't it? I don't have any beef with anyone. I'm just kind of me. So that's that kind of section, if you like. I'm not going to make this unnecessarily long for the sake of it. Maybe I could put some sort of fragrances in front of this or behind this. This is just a preliminary video, and I want to do it off the cuff and not plan what I was going to say. But with the future, yeah, I'll keep making videos. Hopefully slightly more entertaining, better videos. And you know, I'll eventually get back into sampling and stuff, and the passion will be there. The passion is still there. I love fragrances. It's what's kept me kind of sane through the last few months and stuff. And there's so much going on in the background. You need that something to ground you, don't you? And I like, you know me, I like to wear a fragrance and go to a strange world or a strange place and just escape it all, and that's what it's all about. So where do I see it going? Nowhere. I'll just be much of the same, I suppose. Like I say, I always think I hope to improve the quality, but yeah, it's just alright. It is what it is, isn't it? You know, I might do a few videos that I've done before and update them, or go over how bad my taste was back in the day, or something like that. You know, keep it. Some people do that sort of thing, don't they? I can't believe it's been 500 already. Which is, let's face it, it's probably about 20,000 hours with how long I make my videos and stuff, isn't it? So it's quite a lot. Yeah, that's that bit. And yeah, hopefully this is less than 10 minutes. Like I say again, I don't know what I'll do with it. I might just whack it on the end of a video. I keep saying that, and because these are in cuts, you won't really know that I'm wondering and thinking. Just really a thanks for watching my nonsense, and thanks for all the people that have supported me, and all the collaborations that I've done, which are always rather fantastic. Actually, I do enjoy them. And there'll be more to come. Hopefully I'll have Tanya from April Aromatics on my channel at some point, but again, she's not sending me her entire collection, and I will only talk about, no, I just enjoy her fragrances, and I have for years, and she's one of them indie perfumers I've just not had a chance to really have a chat with. Don't really care if anyone finds it interesting or not. I'll just enjoy it. But yeah, that's it really. Who knows where we'll be in another 500 videos, if I've not been banned from YouTube or something. I do have, I mean, I'm saying I haven't lost the passion. I haven't lost the passion for fragrance. I have lost the passion for platforms like this, and the way the world is at the moment, and what they promote and what they censor. Do no evil indeed. I think they've changed that, haven't they, now, to something else, rightly so. They don't want to lie too much, do they? And that's the end of the video, folks. Do you have a favourite video of mine? Do you have any you want me to make, I suppose, as well? I mean, it is a channel where I talk a lot, but you guys are the people who kind of keep it going, aren't you? Otherwise it'd just be endless videos of me talking. So yeah, alright, thanks folks, that's it, bye.